Go live. And hey, you are live here on Deadheadland Television, and welcome to Deadheadland TV. My name's Happycat, and a little surprise broadcast this afternoon. Just wanted to talk for a few minutes with Kendra of Kendra and the Bunnies before her stream today at 4:20. Uh, this stream is going to be on the Deadheadland Facebook page, although this little preview show is going out onto a few other pages and channels as well. So if you're seeing this, come to facebook.com/deadheadland/live at 4:20 to see Kendra and the Bunnies. And I just want you to know, welcome to Deadheadland. And if you haven't been here before, my name's Happycat, and I generally am behind the scenes, and here I am on camera today. I thought I'd start to play with the camera a little bit more. Some of you have seen me, but I've been a little camera shy lately, and I'm just kind of chattering a bit, waiting for a few more people to show up, so we'll have an audience once I introduce our special guests. Hey, I had a funny thing happen today. I went out to get the mail, and I was really excited because a big square package came, and it was from the Grateful Dead, and I knew I had ordered this. Look what I got. I got the picture disc edition, special 50th anniversary edition of Working Man's Dead. Really cool. I used to have a big vinyl collection, and then I didn't, and now I'm collecting vinyl, and I kind of like the picture discs. They're kind of cool. But what was funny was there were two boxes there, and I opened the second box, and I got two. And I thought for a second, did the Grateful Dead make a mistake? And I went and checked, and no, I actually ordered two. I ordered one in like May, and I ordered one like a few weeks ago, forgetting that I ordered one in May. So they both came today. And so I'm thinking what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to have a contest here on Deadheadland. If somebody would like to win this, I'm going to have a little contest later today, so stay tuned, and I'll give away the extra copy. All right, good. Now we've got a good audience here. Welcome once again to the quick little episode of the Deadheadland Show. My name's Happycat. And our special guest today is Kendra of Kendra and the Bunnies. And let me bring her on here.
Hey, how's it
Welcome.
going? Thank you. Wow, this is a magical place.
Well,
I really
welcome. We're
like what you've
glad to
done
have
with
you
the
here.
with the place. Thank you for having me on.
Yeah, well, thank you so much. And I'm excited to have you play today. It's something a little bit different, and looking forward to seeing you. But I'm imagining a lot of my audience don't know who you are, so that's why I wanted to have
Oh.
you here a little early. So who the heck are you, Kendra?
Oh, hey, my name is Kendra Mickey from Kendra and the Bunnies. I am also all the bunnies. We're kind of like a traveling circus show. No, but all jokes aside, I play psychedelic folk rock Americana music, and I'm a huge advocate and Grateful Dead fan. Advocate of the
Awesome.
Grateful Dead and their messages.
Yeah. Well, very
Yeah,
good. Yeah, so, somebody had sent me a few links of yours, and then you reached out to me, and I listened to it, and I thought I really liked your music. Thought it was a lot of fun.
thanks.
Thought fun to
Thank
share
you.
with people.
Yeah.
Uh, just tell us, like, tell a little bit about yourself and your music, and what you're doing, and
Okay, wonderful. So
yeah.
I'm based in Los Angeles, California. I grew up in Houston, Texas, and I've been performing like my whole life. I started in the musical theater with singing, and then later on was introduced to rock and roll music as well as poetry in my teenage years, and that was really great because it gave me an outlet to be able to feel all of these emotions without having them be overshadowing of any sort of thing going on in my life. So that's what gravitated me towards rock and roll music. I was also introduced to performing rock and roll music through this camp called Camp Jam. So it's kind of like the School of Rock, but it was a Texas-based camp. So that's when I really got on the stage and started to sing some hits like The Highway to Hell, Free Fallin'. Of course, my favorite one to sing was White Rabbit by Jefferson Airplane. So that was really cool because I kind of found my footing while being still in high school and getting to perform with a full band and perform live. And that's actually where the name Kendra and the Bunnies comes from, is like from Alice in Wonderland, the White Rabbit. He's so
Absolutely, yeah.
he's so upset and frantic. He runs onto the state into the scene, and he's like, "Oh my gosh, I'm late. I'm late for a very important date." And Alice is just like, "Whoa, who is this guy? Like, what's his cup of tea? I need to see what's up with this." And what's so interesting is it became like a moniker for like anxiety, or that feeling of like fear of missing out, or all those different overwhelming, overshadowing thoughts that I mentioned earlier. Like the White Rabbit it thinks he's late, and yet the story doesn't even start till he arrives. So I really grasped onto that, as well as with the Jefferson Airplane song. Then on the other end of the spectrum, we do have like the Playboy Bunnies, and I am like blonde and like, I don't know, a little bit cutesy and stuff. What can I say? I'm just being me. But I land somewhere in between there, so that's where the name comes from for Kendra and the Bunnies.
Oh, okay, very good. I'm curious, do
Yeah.
you do White Rabbit? Do you?
I do White Rabbit. I like to do it more with like a full band or someone who has the ability to do a little bit of like tapping drum beat on the marching, a little bit of marching band.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, it's a fun song. It's yeah, great. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
And you do a lot of original music. You do your own stuff.
So much original music. I absolutely love writing like so much. It's one of those things that kind of adds this like thread in between any experience that I have. So whenever I have an experience, I'm just like, either I'll be directly inspired to write, or it'll be later on and I'm just like, man, there's something funky, there's something fishy about that. I really need to write just to like solidify the full moment and like put a seal on it, you know what I mean? So I just am like writing all the time, and like have written like tons of poetry over here, tons of poetry and stuff. And then I was like, I should really put this to music. So yeah, lots of original stuff. I have my third album coming out this fall. I'm really excited about it. It's like psychedelic Americana.
Psychedelic Americana. I like. Well, that
Yeah.
fits in really well with the kind of stuff we've been playing and listening to here on Deadheadland. And I'm excited always to hear and support original music as much as, I love really good Grateful Dead exploration and covers of songs that, I've adored for years. If we're not creating something new, it becomes a nostalgia act, And I mean, Jerry could always do hundreds and thousands of old classics and stuff, but they knew they had to create new music. In fact, I was re-listening to Phil Lesh's autobiography recently, and he talked about how early on that they knew they had to start doing their own songs, and that even that some of their early attempts, songs that I like Mindbender and Can't Come Down, he said, yeah, they weren't very good songs, but we were starting out, we had to do them, which is
Yeah.
funny because I'd love it if somebody did Can't Come Down, but that's
Totally.
me. I like the early raw. But so I'm excited that you do new music. That's my and that you do your own music as well. Yeah.
Yeah, I am very inspired, like similar to the Grateful Dead, how they're very inspired by like some traditional blues and stuff like that. I am also inspired by a lot of those songs because I'd learned like a few Grateful Dead songs and I'd be like, oh, this is even goes back further. Like this is Woman Blue. Oh, this is Not Fade Away by Buddy Holly. And it just was so wonderful to see how they're able to continuously create something new out of thin air, just architecture in the thin air. It's gorgeous, absolutely.
Yeah, doing something new, recreating something, even if it is something that we've heard before, or if it's a borrowed piece here or there, that recreation, and that's what makes it fresh. I remember when I first started seeing the Grateful Dead, and my friends would say, "Oh, it's some like oldies '60s band." I'm like, "No, it's like absolutely brand new, fresh music every night. It's the freshest."
Yeah. Absolutely fresh cuts every single night, for sure, for sure. Yeah.
Exciting. All right. And so now I imagined, like a lot of artists, you probably had some plans that got sidetracked by what's going on nowadays. So
Yeah. Well, first off, I want to say, this has been an interesting time. So my heart goes out to everyone who's been impacted. So like we all feel it, and it's a time to be compassionate with each other. And I love that about our family of people. That being said, also on the same note, I was actually headed up to San Francisco to play up and down the coast of California for like my first San Fran trip. That was booked in April, so that had to be rescheduled or postponed or canceled, whichever word you choose to use. But for me, it's going to be postponed. And instead, I transitioned everything online to do live streams. And I have to say, it's been very beneficial because it's led to a lot of opportunities similar to this one, as well as it's helped me learn my music catalog, like backwards and forwards and backwards and forwards again, and I got to have like new relationships to my songs and just like let my vocals go where they want to go instead of being so rigid. So the live streaming has been very beneficial for me, and yeah, I do miss live music. I miss seeing everyone.
yeah, it's hard to not have the interaction, the direct interaction there. So
Yeah.
But but they're out there, and we have a few people watching us right now, and a few more hopefully that'll be back here for the show, which is going to be in about 5 minutes. So
Oh,
I just want to remind everybody that Kendra is going to be doing a set of music for us coming up at 4:20 Pacific time. This little quickie interview is actually going out over a few channels. It's going to our YouTube and the new Deadheadland Twitch page and a few other Deadheadland channels that I don't even know about yet. So I tried to send this out to as many places as I can. But our streams are going to be on Facebook. So to anybody that's watching that hasn't been there before, go to facebook.com/deadheadland/live, and that's where our streams are. And we have streams there on the Deadheadland channel almost every day. So after Kendra's set today at 6 p.m. Pacific time, we've got the Grateful News Hour with Alex Mazer, and then we have at 8 o'clock p.m., we've got Friday Night Live with Jordan Feinstein, and all sorts of really good stuff coming up every single day on Deadheadland. So stay tuned for more. And we are going to be broadcasting off of Facebook soon and to more and more of the other outlets, exploring some new technology as we speak. So, but anyways, at 4:20 in about 4 minutes now, because I keep talking too much, come on back over to the Deadheadland Facebook page, and we'll see some Kendra and the Bunnies. All right, Kendra?
Thank you, Happycat.
All right, looking forward to it. All right, everybody, come back in just a few minutes. Thanks. I don't know how to do this.